Hello and welcome to another tutorial from Vitosh Academy Live Coding. Today we would update the related data of our Contoso University application. Pretty much what we're going to do is the following. We will customize the courses page, add instructors to the edit page, add courses to the edit page like this here, and update the delete page, then add office location and courses to the create page. To customize the courses page, in general, there is a relationship between the course and the existing department. So it looks like this. Whenever we go to the courses and whenever we say, let's say, details, see, like its title is okay, credit is okay, but the department is listed as a number, department number 2. Of course, if we go to departments, if we go to departments and we hit departments, we would be able to see which one is department number 2. But it is really not great. For example, if we go to general programming here, we'll see department ID number 3, and we'll see a drop down only with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have absolutely no clue, unfortunately, which one stays for which. So what we are going to achieve is to write the name of the department here, like department number, department name, I don't know, general programming or advanced design is here. Yes. So we should simply go to the course controller and start programming from there. Okay, close our application, courses controller, and if we click here and then here, we see like a quick way of going to every property or to every method of the controller. Furthermore, we can also do it from here, which is rather quick this way. So the first thing that we would like to create is actually a method called populate departments drop-down list, and I'll simply put it at the end. Yeah, and this method would be returning the drop-down list, as I said. It's a private void method, and its name will be populate departments drop down list. So parameter, it would take the selected department. It's an optional parameter, as you see, and yeah, so it would be making a query like this, departments query from departments in underscore context. Underscore context is this one here, taken from the injection from school context and passed immediately there. So let's go back. In context dot departments, order by department name. Of course, we should be ordering by name. So select department. That's great. Select department. So I will be passing this to the viewback. Viewback dot departments ID. Department ID equals new select list. Departments query is no tracking, and yeah, it's no tracking. Then department ID and name, and select the department. See, like selected list, it's obvious. Here we have object, text data field, data value field. So whenever we press Control and dot, I guess was the shortcut. No, obviously not. Just if we start playing with the comma, for example, or something like this, we can see which parameter stays for which variable. For example, the first one is, as you see, system collections enumerable items. Then you have the data field, data text field, and then we have the value, and the value is this one. Selected departments. Yep. So let's go and update our create method now. This one, what would we need to do is to delete this option here and simply to write populate our new parameter and then return view. That's great. The second one to be updated is the HTTP get edit. So we have two edits. The one is the get and the one is the post. This is where I see get and post, so this is how I decide which one is get, which one is post. This one, the get, should be updated a bit. What should we do is, again, we should change this, displaying the numbers to populate departments drop-down list, and here we would pass our variable, our optional parameter, course department ID. Now, to further optimize performance, we should add the S-node tracking to details on the delete methods. So we look for delete, this one, and here we simply add .S-node tracking. It optimizes a bit the performance. Additionally, the delete one, this was the delete one actually, so we need the details one. Where is the details one? Here. Yeah, include here .S-node tracking. It wouldn't have any improved performance on our small database with, I don't know, 20 lines per tables in 5 tables, but in general it would have huge impact if it is a real database. Yeah, I mean with a lot of entries. So now the next step is to modify the course views. We should go to views courses create, views courses create here, and there we should add our drop down. Actually, the drop down list is already created. It's this one here. Form control, view back department ID. Yep, looks like this. We simply have to change department ID to department, because this is what are we going to ask for. Yes, control level is okay, and now the drop down list would be select ASP department ID. Of course, on department ID simply, yeah, department ID is good. Class form control, ASP items, view back department ID. Yeah, that's rather good. What we can ask furthermore is to write optional value and to write something so it's written something before we start selecting. Select department like this. Looks okay. And then some validation, span ASP validation for department ID, class text danger. This was the bootstrap that was, yeah, given to us by default by the libraries here, and then we're going to make it a bit better in one line like this. Yep. Now we should go to the edit and change a bit the title field. Yep. Saying yep too much, hopefully you don't make it a drinking game. Edit here. We need to change the title field, pretty much this one. And not to change it, but to add a course number, so before it. and it would be the course number is in general primary key, so it will be only displayed, not changed. So div class form group, and here we say okay, label ASP4 course ID. I love actually really this kind of intelligence even on strings. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, for someone working with VBA, it is really something great. Control label, yeah, label, and then another div, and here we say HTML display 4, HTML.display 4, and model.course ID. So far so good. Another thing that we should update is in the delete. So we go into the delete page and we start adding stuff. What we should change here and add here is we should add a course number field at the top and change the department ID to the department name, because department ID is not something we actually realize what is it. So here we write DT, and the DT would be class column SM2, great class, and we're going to add like this HTML.display4. Wait, I am on details and I was thinking I'm on delete. Wait, just forget about Control Z for everything. Yeah, go to delete. Yes, this is a bit better, at least looks so. Yep, so let's add the course ID on the top, pretty much like this, DT, and then we would need also DD. Yeah. So DT is principally the definition list, so it's the element containing the inline data, and DD is the definition description element that contains the element that actually is described by the definition term. So yeah, so pretty much remember this, it's like DT and then you have DD, like display name 4 and then display 4. So pretty much when we display name 4 for the model title, and then we display the data in the model title. So here in our case back, we would first be having display model 4, HTML dot display name 4, and then it would be like this, course ID, and then we would be having HTML display 4, and it will be here model course ID. Yeah. So this is the first change, and the second change is somewhere here. The model department, and not the department ID because we don't like it. We would like to see the name. So instead of 2, we will be seeing the department. Let's see what is not happy with us. Okay, what is expected here? Yes, it is expected, of course. And yeah, 0 errors, great. Let's test the courses page. So Control S, click F5 and wait for the minute of truth. The moment of truth has come. So we are now at Contoso University. We go to courses and we may see, okay, let's see details. Wow, department is still 2 in the details. Wow. Anyway, let's check the edit. And the edit is good. We can somehow say, hey, I would like from algorithms to go not to design but to advanced structures. Save. Yeah, Works okay. So let's go back to the details. Let's say for general programming, and we see this department 3. So it would be great if we could change it. So this should be in the views, in courses, in details. Here we should simply say, hey, we don't want the department ID, we want the department name. Yeah, we simply save it, and we open back the details. Simply refresh, should do the work. This kind of trick only works, yes, when we change stuff in the views. In general, if you change anything else, let's say in the data or in the model, we would have to stop our application, but views are loaded on the fly. So you can simply say, yeah, department is advanced structures, great. So far so good. Let's continue with the instructors edit page. So what's wrong with the instructors edit page? Let's see. If we go here, click on instructors, and these are our instructors, we see that the instructors, they have 1-to-0 relation to the office. I mean, our instructor can have either one office, as Marian Christoph having an office in Nuremberg, and Jordan Lechko having an office in Silistra, or they can simply say, okay, like Krachun Malchov has no office, so this is like 1-to-0, and this is okay actually. The problem is that whenever we go to the edit, we don't have it here. And what we want is to have it here and to be able to edit it. And then comes the problem. For example, let's say we have it here, it is visible, cool, great. It is like kind of like adding conditional field. The problem is, what do we do if, for example, there was a value and we deleted it from the edit? Then we should inform the database that yeah, this office is pretty much closed, should be deleted. What happens if, for example, it was empty and we wrote something like a new city, let's say Varna, I mean, I like Bulgarian cities, or Berlin, let's say. Then we should inform the database that this entry should be added to the database. And let's say it was written Berlin, but we changed it to Varna, then this is the third case, and we should inform the database that there was a change. So let's start slowly working and see what's going to happen. So first thing to change is in the Instructor's Controller. Where is the Instructor's Controller? Here, Controllers, and then Instructor's Controller. Great. So we need to change the HTTP get edit method. Let's try the fancy way. So let's see, okay, edit. This is the HTTP post, and this is the HTTP get method. Okay, what do we change there? This looks perfect. We change the var instructor. Var instructor, await context instructors, and now write include I dot office assignment. It's no tracking, of course, in order to speed up. First to default async, and the aim is m dot id, which equals to our id here over. That's great. Furthermore, if instructor, let's change this. Okay, if instructor is null, that's okay. The value found, and the view instructor, of course, this is what we want to return. That's cool. Now it is time to change the post method. So in order to handle the office assignment updates, as I said, let's say the office was in Sofia and we want to change it to Varna, then we start writing stuff. Okay, HTTP post, comma, action name would be edit, but we have to change here the edit here, because otherwise it would be exactly like the one here based on the parameters. The parameters now are different, but we're going to change them. So task action result edit post, and it's pretty much the same as the one here. We can copy it, not if it's faster, but okay. And now we start If ID is null, what happens if the ID is null? Yeah, of course, return not found, or 404, which was a nice bus actually going towards my neighborhood, and there were jokes about it, that the neighborhood is so bad that even the bus is with a number 404, so it's like a mistake to go there. Yeah, whatever. So var instructor to update, and we use the async context instructors dot include, and we only include the one with the office assignment, and first of default async is this one, pretty much that is equal to our ID. Great. So let's continue. I mean, I'll pretty much delete this as well, so just not to be mistaken with stuff, and return here it was S, and the return would be this guy, and YSID is s.id. okay, it's this ID that I usually don't use, but in this case I think it is used because of how it is given in the model, in the instructor model, like this. Yeah, I think this is the only time I wrote like instructor ID, but now I'm paying for not following my own rules. So instructor ID is with big ID, all the others are with small ones. Sometimes, yeah, okay, sometimes it's bad, but let's continue back to our place, to our post. So we were in the Instructors Controller here, and let's continue coding. So if await try update model opsync instructor type, and here we would have, we'll be writing here instructor to update then prefix, no prefix, and then we will start writing I dot first name, I dot last name, this one, comma, I dot hire date, I dot office assignment. So far so good. And the I dot office assignment. Now opening this, closing this, and here we write another if. So string is null or white space. Of course, string should be probably adding system, using system. Yeah. Instructor to update, instructor to update. Right. There was a mistake. Whenever there is a mistake, try to see what is the mistake. Okay, here is instructor and here is instructor. So yeah, cool. So string is null or white space. What is null or white space? Instructor to update dot office assignment nullable dot location. here we write then instructor to update dot office assignment is null. So the idea is that if we have, once we have a model change here, and pretty much the change was that we had a city, or like we had an office of the instructor, and nowadays it was deleted during the edit part. We have noticed that now it is like none, so we simply say, hey, we are going to ask the database that it also makes for this instructor like a null in the database. Hopefully you get what I mean. Then try. Here we say await context, save changes async. Great catch. Exception. We would catch the DB exception actually. DB update exception. And yeah, whenever there is a DB exception, we would simply add a model error to the model state. And without a key, the message would be unable to save changes. Dot. Please try again. Or please restart. Please restart. I mean, restarting works usually. If it doesn't, you're in trouble. Why is this in red? It's a good question. Okay, office assignment null. Okay, a lot of stuff are expected and a lot of stuff are not here, but we continue with the try catch. Okay, we'll probably miss here return redirect to action. And here we use reflection for the name of index. Reflection is actually advanced topic. And then we say return view instructor to update. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see why the thing is in red here. Something expected here, saying stuff that we don't like. For example, we missed one here. Okay, one less. Instructor to update doesn't exist in our context. Of course it doesn't exist because we wrote it differently most probably, and I wrote it differently because I was using copy paste. Let's see. Yeah, instructor and instructor. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I have no idea if I didn't have IntelliSense how many mistakes so far I would have. And here we say only assignment call, increment, decrement, await, and new object expressions can be used as a statement. Okay, pretty decent. Okay, so instructor to update office assignment null, and this is the thing. Like we compare, and we don't want to compare. We want to assign. So assigning is which one equal, and we assign null for this. So far so good, no issues found, my favorite one, even in build plus IntelliSense. So yeah, this code actually so far solved all our problems that we had, all the 3 problems. So whenever there was something, but there is nothing now, it simply says, okay, let's say it's covered by this if. Whenever there was nothing now and there is still nothing now in the update, it's still covered by this if. And whenever there was nothing, but now there is something, it's covered by this one here, and we are happy. So now it's time to change the edit view of the instructors, which should be in views. It's really comfortable having folders, pays in the long run, pays back really. So instructors, and now we go to edit. What do we do there? Simply we should add an additional office location. So where should it be? It should be somewhere here, below this, above the save button. So it will be div class form group, Closing the div, then we start labeling the stuff. Label ASP4 equals office assignment dot location. Class would be control label, and this is it. Yeah. Then another input ASP4. It will be pretty much the same as above. Office assignment dot location, and then class would be form control. Closing, then span ASP validation for office assignment dot location, and it would be class takes danger. Takes danger is the red one, and close. So far so good. Let's see whether it actually works. We press Ctrl F5 and we wait, and after a lot of waiting this thing shows up. So we go to courses. We go to instructors. Instructors, edit Nuremberg. Let's see, Nuremberg 1. We click save. Nuremberg 1. Yeah, we have it. Nuremberg 1 is okay. Is it in our database, Nuremberg 1? Let's check. Okay, let's change it from Nuremberg to Stein and see whether in our database it is changed. Databases, Contoso University, tables. Now it's not so fun when the tables are in Spanish, but let's see which one should it be. Asignaciones de oficina. Sounds like it. View data. Yeah, Stein. Stein it is. Cool. Stein, Sofia, Silistra. That's great. So let's continue adding the courses to the edit page. So close possibly everything. Let's say all but this. It's a great feature actually from Visual Studio. And let's start assigning the courses to the edit page. They will be assigned through checkboxes actually. So an instructor can be teaching all of different courses. So first of all, we stop our stuff here. And now we go and we start updating our instructor controller. So controller. And before updating even the instructor controller, we should take a look at the model here. And we should say, okay, we need an assigned data, assigned course data. Actually, it's a new model. Yeah, exactly. So we go to the school models folder and we simply click add new item. And the new item is a class, of course, and its name is assigned course data. Great. Yeah, everything so far so good. So we write property, we say int course ID. Another property would be string title, and another property would be whether it is assigned or not. So what is the idea of all this? This is the class that is going to help us to display our checkboxes pretty much. So the checkboxes would be having like only 3 properties. As you see, the first one would be course ID, so they can have a relation to the database, and the second one would be title, pretty much the name of the course, and the third would be a bool assigned, so indicating whether the checkbox is checked or not. So let's go to the Instructor Controller, and here we should change the edit method, of course. Which edit? That's the question always, the post or the get one. The answer is here, the get one. So what do? We say, okay, instead of office assignment, we also include course assignment dot then include course. We can also write it like this, or actually we cannot. Oh no, we can actually, because we simply have to try like this. Course, great. As no tracking is okay, yeah. And here we would simply say populate assigned course data for the instructor. Great. What is this populate assigned course data and why is it in red? This is now a new method. So let's see, control dot, and it says it's private void populate assigned new method instructor. That's great. So we simply click enter and it creates it for us, and it even says throw new not implemented exception. Great. Delete the not implemented exception and start implementing it. So all courses can be taken from the context of courses. Then we have the instructor courses, and these are hash set actually, int, and we have instructor course assignment select C. What is C? C would be course ID. Course ID, yeah, great. Then view model, of course, is a new list of the assigned courses. Assigned courses data. Yeah. Question, what is the assigned courses data here? And why actually the hash set is like in dot? Okay, let's first check the hash set. It's using system collection generics. Great. Assigned courses data. This should be actually our new model that we just created. So it's assigned course data, and we want to have it like, yeah, we want to have it as assigned course data. So dot assigned course data. Great. Yep. So let's type assigned course data used, and the assigned course data is okay. Then continue with the for each actually, and the for each would be course in all courses, and simply say, okay, view model dot add new assigned courses data. Great. And here we're going to add all the stuff. Pretty much course ID would be the course ID. Now, okay, I just making some kind of strange mistake with my keyboard here. Strange, probably. Okay. Why I cannot write on this line? Well, strange. and I cannot write on this one because actually Visual Studio is protecting me from my own knowledge. I mean, not knowing stuff. Like whenever I write, I just try to write a semicolon here, and it's simply moved it there. I thought there was a mistake with my keyboard, so no, it's simply like this. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed here. Like Visual Studio really, protect me from shooting myself on the leg. Title, and then we have the assigned would be instructor courses dot contains course ID, and okay, perfect. And then at the end of the method, we say view data courses would be view model, of course. And view model is actually written with the correct way, view, like this. Great. So now we should make the code that is executed once the user click on save. And this is the post method of our edit. What do we need to do? We need to pass information about the courses, of course. So HTTP post action name edit would be removed, because now we are going to change the parameters. So the parameters wouldn't be the same anymore. So we can go back to the old name. Edit post can be simply edit. And okay, now we see we have this kind of a mistake that we already define a member code edit with the same parameter type, but we're going to add another parameter type, and it will be the string selected courses, like this, and that's great. Now the mistake is gone. So what should we add? We should start adding the course assignments. So here dot include I course assignments, and dot then include would be I course. Great. Another point would be before the try. We would say update instructor courses. Why is it not helping me? Update instructor courses, selected courses dot and then instructor to update. Okay, still control dot. Yeah, the update instructor courses, we use control dot, and we simply write generate method instructor tralala. Great. Somewhere here we have the method. It's not implemented, but it's okay. Like working with no issues found is okay. And then before the return, we have to add a few things again to update instructor courses. This time it's helping. See, although it's selected courses instructor to update. It's one of the features why we need like this, throw new not implemented exception. Great, but it helps when we use the IntelliSense. And then we say populate assigned courses data instructor to update. Now is the time to see what do we need to do with this method here. Update instructor courses, string selected courses instructor to update. It's pretty good. So we start. Okay, if selected courses null, is null, then instructor to update course assignments, simply new list. course assignments. If we want to see what was in this course assignment, we can say here and see, for example, peak definition. So peak definition is really a useful feature in Visual Studio. We simply having our open window here, we say, oh, course assignments, this is what you did. This is what you need for it. You need instructor ID, course ID, instructor, course. And if you realize, let's say, if you understand a bit more about databases, you realize that this is a many-to-many relationship automatically, and this is the table that is facilitating this kind of relationship. Yeah. And now we need to simply say return. So selected course is new, so yeah, simply give him an empty list and stop with the method, whatever. But if it is not the case, then selected courses is new hash set. I would not like the selected courses HS, because I mean I'm against this kind of even of I don't know, but selected courses, okay, HS is hash set in order not to make a difference between the selected courses here and selected courses there. So let's think about a better name. Selected courses not null, because they're obviously not null. Yeah, let's leave it like this. Selected courses not null is, yeah, new hash set of string selected courses, and then we have instructor courses, new hash set. The idea of the hash set is actually that the hash set cannot be repeated. If we have, let's say, by some kind of a mistake written twice the courses for programming 101, in the hash set it will be written only once, because this is the idea. By default, hash sets are unique. Every item in the hash set is unique. Instructor to update, course assignment, select, and now we see course ID dot course ID. Okay. And now for each twice step, and we get this beauty. For each course in underscore context dot courses. And now if selected course is not null, in order to make a difference between this and this here. So selected course is not null dot contains course ID to string, and to string is a method, so we need parentheses. And now another if instructor courses dot doesn't contain course ID. This is for the doesn't, like contain control space, contains should be with S. If instructor courses dot contains, strange. Then okay, we say instructor to update, course assignment, add new course assignment. And here we write the new course assignment. And the new course assignment would be control space instructor ID would be instructor to update type D. Of course with big one because of the mistake I did some days ago, but only there. So I will see whether I have like a time and desire to fix it sometime. And course ID will be course ID. Okay, contains should be written in English, actually not in some other language. And where is this thing expected? Where? Okay, let's consider what should be expected. Okay, for each courses string. Okay, yeah, we see. Okay, this is the point. We're missing one parenthesis. Yeah, everything perfect. Now we write here one else, and of course if again. So if the instructor courses dot contains course ID, and I'm missing again our parentheses there, course assignment, course to remove, so instructor to update course assignments dot first or default, and I course ID equal course ID, and so far so good. And now of course we should remove it from the context dot remove course to remove. Remove control space, and we see it should be with big one. Yeah, control space is really saving us. So the last part of the change is to update the instructors view. So going to views, instructors, and of course edit. This is the fancy place. And let's add the list boxes. So where the list boxes would be pretty much here, above the save and below everything else. They would be in a div class form group. It's a great div class. So, and then we'll simply write something like this: column MD offset. The offset would be 2. And additionally column MD10. Then adding a table, then adding a row. Now the party starts. This seems that we're going to use razor syntax, and using a razor syntax we are allowed to quote inside. So count would be 0. Then list Contoso University .models .school view models .assigned courses data. Yeah. This would be okay. Assigned courses data type courses would be the view back, actually, the one that we have. Courses. And I really should start avoiding. No, courses is actually with you. Courses. Okay, this is the truth. Courses is like this, yes. And now the for each. In this example, it's like visible how if you're not sure about a word, its spelling, you can really get into trouble into programming. So in our collection would be courses, like this one here. And it wouldn't be item, but it would be course. Great. And we say if counter plus plus divided by 3 is 0, then we're going to add a new tr and open a new one. What is the idea of this? The idea is that only 3 courses per line would be allowed. So we start with the count, we increment the count every time, and yeah, once it is divisible by 3 equaling 0, let's say on the third one, so the 0th, the first and the second would be okay, then the third would be divisible by 0, and we would open a new row here. So otherwise, this is assigned for excluding this one and writing HTML. So td, and here closing the td. Great. So in the middle we write input type, and it is checkbox. Finally we reach it. Name would be selected courses. Value would be course ID. Then we would have here HTML row, course assigned, course assigned. So if the course is assigned, this is like a ternary operator, it's like an if, then the checked would be equaling to escape symbol, checked, escaping symbol, like this. Otherwise, if it is not assigned, it would be not checked. Closing the HTML, closing the tag, and additionally add course ID. It would be course ID, course title. So far so good, everything. TD is closed. We now need to close the TR, and the TR would be closed not here but here, and actually the TR is closed already. This one, the table is closed, the div is closed, everything looks rather stable. Let's see what would happen if we comment this section, like just to show the difference between having the counter plus plus divided by 3 equals 1 and not having it. Furthermore, I'm not sure whether exactly, yeah. Let's see. So on the CNT++ is actually incrementing the count. So this is why, for example, we do not write here CNT++, because we have it in the if condition, but we can write it like this. It's pretty much the same, and it is more visible for someone who is not familiar with incrementing the parameter in the condition, which is not sure whether it's a good practice. Let's leave it like this, CNT++, and not having it here because here the CNT is incrementing. Okay, let's simply press F5 and see what's going to happen. So let's see how it would work. In the meantime, I have changed my browser. So how do you change the browser? By the way, this is interesting. If you go here, and here you can say Microsoft Edge. So yeah, let's run again. It's on iOS Express. So here we can see, for example, instructors. Enlarge it a bit, and then, for example, say, okay, let's see, these are the courses that Christos Stoichkov has, only 2. We can go to edit, and this is the font, like how it looks like actually, for example, which is rather strange. And in this browser it's really not nicely displayed. But if we go here, we can fix it back. Control C, Control. Simply don't remember the shortcut now, so but it was something like this. So Control F5 again. Loading sometime. Well, the browser really looks different now. I mean, the whole application looks different. So instructors, just edit the new row here. So let's go and edit. And it looks a bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably in Chrome it would look even better. Let's change the browser back to Chrome and see whether my computer would manage to do it. F5 again. So this is the Chrome. So let's go to instructors. Christos Stoichkov should have 2 courses. We go to details. Yeah, nothing in details. We go to edit. This is where we think, and it looks a bit, yeah, I wouldn't name it extremely beautiful, but this is because of the, I don't know of what, I mean, strange. It looks a bit ugly, I would say. Probably this part here was a bit too needless. Let's copy this one. KC is the short for copying. Here I would also write KC here. Then save. Then go there back and refresh. Yeah, now it looks a bit better, I would say, definitely. I would even say, like, if count equals count, simply I don't know, I can simply remove this. I'll leave the, and of course the count, so we have the courses on one line. We click on the save. I mean, this is really, well, it's not fancy, but it looks okay to me. The problem is that they are not checked, and as you can see here, Mr. Christos Stoichkov is having 2 courses, general programming and front end. Yeah, so even if we go to select, we can go to general programming, for example, and we can even see the instructors, the guys teaching this course, the students. So let's go back to the edit and think what happened wrong and why we don't have a check here or here, although the guys into these courses. So mistakes happen. The good thing is that there should be always a way to debug them. So let's decide where to debug them from. It's possible that the mistake is, I don't know, somewhere in the Instructor Controller, for example, and somewhere where the courses were assigned, populate assigned courses here. Pretty much, let's click a stop here and run our application, and then we'll go to the instructor and we will see whether he was assigned to these courses. Could be mistakes happen in general, even when we code, even when we follow a step-by-step tutorial. Plenty of reasons can be. So let's wait a bit and see what would happen. The good thing is that we can always debug, so go to instructors. And this is our guy Christos Twitchkov with 1050 and 3141. We go to edit. Right, great. It stopped. So we can see instructor course assignments 2, and these are exactly the one that we would expect. 1050 and 3141. That's great. So we'll simply press F5 and next, and we still don't see the courses. That's bad, but pretty much we know that the business logic in the controller is quite okay, so the problem should be in the view. So we go to the instructors edit view, and what I would do here is a bit of a trick. I would simply say, hey, I don't know, there should be some kind of problem, so I want to display it. I would add a label here, and I'll simply say I want to see the course assigned, whether it's true or false or false. So we don't have to wait, but we go back to the Contoso University. We simply click refresh. Okay, fat tower, because I have a lot of Contoso universities open. I'll try with this one. Hopefully no photo error. Now it waits, and this is it. Course assigned, course assigned, course assigned. Okay, probably didn't understand what I mean when I wrote course assigned. Of course it didn't, because I needed this thing. Yeah, okay, that's pretty, it happens, so let's go here. Okay, false, this is true, this is false, this is false, this is true. So it is true that it should have been here. It is true that it should have been like this, but it's not, which is a pity. Let's see what's the big deal. Let's say this is the problematic line. And I'm thinking something about Czech Republic or something, so it should be checked like this. So the checked is exactly checked. Let's see whether finally our application would be okay. Yes, 1050, 3141. We go back to the list. We select another guy. We select Christo Zhabov, who has two courses. Okay, true and true. Okay, let's remove this label because I don't like it. And see finally another third person, Lechkov. Edit, and he has general programming. Okay, what happens if I assign this guy to all of the courses? Let's see. Yeah, it works. Happens. He's the Ono guy, so he has all the courses. Yeah, let's leave it like this so far. And yeah, so far so good. The last part of the tutorial is following, which is the delete page. So the last part is the delete page, and it should be updated as well. It is this one here. What should be deleted? Why can't we simply delete like this? Let's say this guy, Jordan Lechkov. The answer is pretty similar, pretty normal. Like if we delete it, it would only delete it on the table for the instructors, and it wouldn't delete the relations between Jordan Lechkov and algorithms, between Lechkov and general programming, backend, CSS, frontend, programming, and programming 201. So somehow we should actually inform the entity framework that the deletion should take place. So we close and we start looking for the deletion. So it's in the Instructor's Controller, and it is delete confirmed actually method. So we look here. It's this one, delete confirmed, generated by the scaffolding automatically, not written by me. I don't remember writing it, but it looks okay. So let's start changing stuff. Pretty much it's not var instructor, it's instructor. So this way we get some bonus from the IntelliSense. Await context.instructors. And we start including their stuff, not include. Like course assignments, and dot single async iid is id. Okay, so far so good. Deleting. Let's comment first, then we'll delete it. Why is it not happy with YI? Okay, yeah. ID was big, yeah, of course. This thing is, it would stay so far. Just to remind me that people should be consistent. Var departments equal await underscore context dot departments. And here we have where the is the instructor ID equaling ID dot to list async, and then we have departments dot for each the instructor ID strange, why doesn't it like okay, dot for each. Okay, it should be like this. Okay, departments. I mean, I like having IntelliSense, I would not lie. I mean, IntelliSense is like lifesaver. Okay, not lifesaver, but hours saver. It really can save hours. And it's not comparison, it's assignment here. So it's like 1 equal. Okay, then context dot instructors dot removing the instructor, await context dot save changes. Looks okay. Why is it not happy? Because it should be save changes async, I guess. Now it is happy, the red is gone. And last but not least, return redirect to action, and with not recursion, but the other thing with reflection is the other thing with R. Okay, so far so good. The did confirm this ready, and what is up to the end of the tutorial is making the create page. This is the last part, and in order to make the create page, we need to pretty much fix the get and the post of the create page, the get and the post method of the create, pretty much this one and this one. This is the get and this is the post. What do we need to do in the create page? We need to add courses, and we need to add locations. So whenever we create an instructor, we can add courses and we can add also location. So pretty much let's start with the get. We say var instructor equals new instructor, of course. Then instructor dot course assignments, new list of course assignments, course assignment, and then populate assigned course data for the instructor. Yep, so far so good. In the post we should change a bit of our stuff. Here it will be so far so good. Yeah, create the token would be a bit different. We would be binding not the ID, but we would be binding first name, hire date, last name. So first name, hire date, comma, last name, comma, office assignment, of course. And this is quite okay. Furthermore, we would be binding the new courses, which would be passed in a array. So string selected courses. This is the post method, which is executed after someone clicks on create. So yeah, this is the new update. Pretty much we add office assignment and the selected courses. So we should make it feasible, and yeah, it should be doable. So pretty much If model is valid is good, but before if model is valid, we need to see whether there are any courses. So if selected courses is not null, then instructor dot course assignments is new list of course assignments, course assignment. Anyway, then for each var course in selected courses, var course to add equals new course assignment, and it would be instructor ID equaling instructor.id, and course ID would be int.parse course. Great. Here we put this thing, and then we say instructor dot course assignments dot added course to add. This thing here can be written also in one-liner, but makes more sense like this. Instructor instructor.id should be a bigger one because of the mistake I made some time before. And parse is like our methods are always with big letter. So so far so good. Let's say the model state is valid. Yeah, looks okay. Context are instructor, save changes async, return name of index, great. Okay, before returning the view, we need to populate assign courses data instructor. And now it's time to go to our view. View instructors create. This is it. The view instructors create. I've already rewritten it in order to save some time. Pretty much it is quite the same as the edit one. Not the edit one, but actually the edit one, but I was opening just another edit. So this one, it pretty much follows the same logic. I'll simply delete here this, and yeah, it is exactly, simply displaying the checkboxes, displaying them correctly, displaying them as they should be displayed for each in the courses from the view back, and then doing exactly the same. It's another really great feature of Visual Studio. We can write this and we see code side by side depending on the size of your computer. Could be great or not so great, so you can see it's pretty much really the same. Okay, like going like this, yeah. As nice as it can get. Okay, I can even, here we have on one line these two lines, but yeah, whatever. It's definitely not a big deal. You can make it here as well. So it really looks the same. Yeah, it's like actually repeating code, and repeating code is not a great idea, but so far it's okay. Okay, so let's press F5 or IIS Express and see how all the changes that we made so far are working. So F5, and our Contoso University is loaded. Let's take a look. Instructors, create a new instructor. Let's say the name of the instructor is, I don't know, another football player, Leonel. Last name, okay, last name should be Messi, first name Leonel. Hire date, we hired him a year ago. Office location, somewhere in Spain, and he would be teaching CSS and front-end CSS, JavaScript and HTML. Create. Time of truth, Lionel Messi is not here. Strange. Oh no, he is here. It's Lionel Messi. Yeah. Somewhere in Spain, CSS. Strange. I thought actually that he was teaching two things. Let's see. Edit. Okay, edit front end and CSS. Okay, let's try another one. Last name Ronaldo. First name Cristiano. Hire date. Okay, next year. Office location Italy. And because Cristiano is really good, he will be teaching everything. Create. Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, everything. Great. Let's say we want to delete someone. We want to delete, yeah, who? We want to delete this guy or this guy, Kachun Malchov. Yeah, or Cristiano Ronaldo. I'll delete Cristiano. Let's see the details of Cristiano before, okay. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this? Delete. The deletion works. Great. So far so good. Thank you for watching me for, actually it's I think around 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's quite a lot for a video tutorial. Thank you for your patience, and if you have any questions, comment below. I would answer them if I can. If not, like, don't comment. Whatever. Have fun and enjoy your day. Thank you for watching and staying with me.